So every now and again, I get it happens. I get like this thing in an inbox or a DM or an email for people who have my email address, and they'll say something like, "Man, I mean, the way your account is presented, it's presented, in such a way, and the way that you're explaining all of this stuff, and it's logical and on and on and on. Like you should have like 1 million followers. Why is it you only have like 10,000 or 20,000 respectively?" And by the way, this isn't me complaining. I'm just going to point out why that is, because there's just to answer this question, because I get these questions periodically, and I'm going to answer it. It's largely because I don't fit a narrative. I don't fit on either side. I'm not going to fit on the left because I know what a woman is. Okay. And and fuck your pronouns. I'm like, dude, really? Come on. Okay. I mean, if you want to be called something like that's fine. It's on a personal level. But if you're trying to get all of like humanity to try and call you, like, dude, fuck off, man. I mean, that's pretty goddamn insecure. Okay. So I can't do anything on the left. And the conservatives they're too far up their own ass, and most of them are a bunch of gambling junkies. They don't realize it. As with most junkies, they don't realize they're junkies until they hit bottom, and conservatives in the US have not hit bottom yet. And they won't for a while, not until they start dropping off, or unaliving from their own diseases caused by their own bullshit. That's why I can't be on their side either. And I'm going to explain why that is, actually, because this is one of these things that I just saw posted, so I'm going to go into that right now. And that was the idea of, okay, Amazon is going to replace all these horrible employees who want to be able to function in their own community with robots because, well, they're too expensive to function in their own community. Now, in the meantime, these same conservatives they're not up in arms about the millions of illegals flooding into the country and bringing all of that problem with it. They're okay with that. Because they want the cheap slave labor. And I realize there's a bunch of you out there that virtue signal. I'm calling bullshit on all of you. Straight up, I call bullshit, because where is this outrage about, like, God damn it, we're being openly invaded, and you guys piss me off like nobody else, because I have personally sold thousands of 2A to all of you, and you bought them because, well, we could be invaded, and because my tyranny, and that shit is sitting in your safe doing fuck all. So I don't believe you. I'm calling bullshit. No, you want the country to be twisted into some kind of perverse shithole where you can be rich because you bought a house, when Wang Chung was on the radio. Okay? And that's your thing, right? This is why the world this is why most of younger people fucking hate boomers. We really, you have no idea how bad that hatred's getting with some people. Right. I'm not kidding. There's some of you out there that are ready to shove them down a flight of stairs, and I'm not going to blame you if you do. I won't judge it either. So go right ahead and do it. It's like, dude, I'm a full-time fucking criminal, dude. What do you think I give a shit? I fucking do whatever you want. So, but your country's being openly invaded, and you're watching inflation run wild, and most of you are too ignorant. I'm going to be charitable today. It's Sunday. That you're too ignorant to understand that when you flood the economy with a bunch of fake counterfeit dollars, right, then stuff is going to start costing more, and then you get all pissed off when labor is one of those things that starts costing more. Well, of course it's going to cost more. It's a product like anything else. But for whatever reason, in your twisted fucking weirdo fantasy world, that only business principles only apply to everything except labor. And I've jumped down your throats on this before. And so this, by the way, this conversation right here, I could go on, right? But I don't need to, because I've done like hours of videos like this, is why I don't have millions of followers right here. Because when I explain shit like this, they have no answer. They can't. There's no answer. The Von Mises people, I shut them down instantly. Because they have no answer to this stuff, because they know I'm right. If you counterfeit currency out of nothing to the extent that the U.S. did, excuse me, to the extent that the Fed did, in conjunction with Trump and everybody else over all these years, because it's not just Biden who did this. So this is Trump and Biden both. Okay, they're both guilty of all this shit, right along with all 535 douchebags in Congress that have done this, House and Senate respectively. They're all responsible for this. And you guys you overlook all of that. And you well, labor should stay low. No, it's a product like anything else. In the real business world, the world that I live in, the world that I deal with every day, the world that you guys know fuck all about, I know you know nothing about it. Especially if you have a degree. If you have a degree, then you really don't know shit. I guarantee you that. Okay, you wouldn't last fucking 30 minutes out here in the real fucking world, especially if you had to use your own money. And so you compete for two things. Number one is customers. That's number one. I've talked about this a long time ago in old videos. When I used to be a little nicer. I'm not anymore. Okay, so just sorry in advance to all of you out there. Why are you so mean to all of these people and stuff? Because I fucking hate most of you. That's the fucking truth, dude. Especially when, dude, a lot of this stuff has been covered. And then I'll go into my comment section, and someone who just finds one video, that's all they saw. They didn't see, I don't know, the 200 other videos before that of, keeping up with the conversation. They just take it as one and, fuck off, okay? So that's the first thing you compete with. The second thing you compete for is employees, labor. That is a market, and you do have to compete for it. And you compete for it one way, offering money. And if you're not offering enough money and enough incentive to keep people in your business and get them to treat it seriously, get them to take the job seriously, then you either close up, right? You failed in your business, happens all the time, or you do it yourself, right? You learn all the rest of this shit yourself, and you just work 16 hours a day. There you go. I just answered the truth, and it's the part that, all of you guys out there who can't you can't seem to understand why it is that people are upset and everything. Well, it's because of all of this. Well, but they're low-skilled labor, so they're not your countrymen? I'm serious. I'm actually asking you, because if that's the way it works, no, I don't want to see I don't want to see how the sausage is made. I just want to have sausage. Tells me an awful lot about you guys. Tells me an awful lot about you. But the left is no better on this, by the way. They're not. They're a bunch of limousine liberal douchebags, who they don't want to see what's all involved in all of this. And of course they don't want to. That takes a willingness to actually come down to my level, okay, and actually do shit all day long that other people don't want to do, because it's hard work. Hard work as in it's actually backbreaking, on top of verifiable. Because all the stuff that I have to do is verified. If it doesn't work when I'm done, then it verifiably doesn't work. I still have work to do. That's how it works. So that's my definition. So with answering all of this question, everything you just heard me go into, all this diatribe that I just said, that is why very few people will want to follow this account. Especially on the right. They love my analysis. They love the analysis because I can give you the best analysis that's out there. Why? Because I'm right here on the ground. I'm looking right at it happen. I'm not in some fucking ivory tower. I'm actually down on the ground doing this shit day in and day out, 6 and 7 days a week right now, especially because right now it's my busy season. So the analysis is spot on because I'm in the middle of it. It's really fucked up that most of you are so, are so detached from all this shit that you won't do this shit yourself. You won't do it. You want to make money doing other stuff. You want to fuck around on the internet and do all that pretend stuff, counting nuts and bolts and all that bullshit, sitting by the pool pretending to work, and puppy therapy rooms and rooftop lounges with, wine on tap and shit like that. All that stupid shit that you give all those stupid girls a bunch of shit for. You guys want all that. You just won't admit it. Know thyself, dumb fucks.